If time worked for us, we would make horrible managers. In this video, I'm going to help you understand why time management is so hard for us. And I'm going to teach you tricks on how to reclaim and tame your time. So let's get started. For most neurodivergents, time management advice falls way short. Plan ahead, set realistic goals, manage your stress. The ease that neurotypicals handle this sort of stuff has a way of making us feel completely incompetent. Just plan ahead is meaningless when you get overwhelmed just thinking about it. Set realistic goals? Well, those are a moving target. And stress? We use stress to get things done. If you remove it, we're useless. Traditional time management is the exact opposite approach to what neurodivergents should be doing. So what does work for our brain? To start with, you need to align your schedule with your energy levels. If you know that you're most awake and clear-minded in the morning, that might be the right time to do admin work, even if it means making the kids' lunches the night before. But we don't always know when we'll have energy. So what can we do when our to-do list is bigger than our capacity? Well, that's where a menu comes in handy. A menu is a schedule plan that's, flexible. It usually gives you 3 options based on whether you have low energy, medium energy, or high energy. So a menu plan might look like this. If you have a lot of energy, you could make a fancy pasta with julienne vegetables and truffle oil. If you have medium energy, you could just make a simple spaghetti. And if you have low energy, then, order from your favorite pizza place because you deserve a break and a pick-me-up. How much could you get done if you didn't waste your time willing yourself to have more energy, beating yourself up because you didn't, and then trying to figure out what to do instead? That's a lot of unnecessary decision fatigue. Okay, so food may not be your creative outlet, but everyone has peak creative times throughout the day. So don't forget to align your most creative times with your most creative activities. Doing so won't just make your life easier, it's going to make your life happier too, because you won't be wasting your best creative hours on tasks that don't require creativity, all the while fighting against its natural pull. Time management is made even trickier due to time blindness. Honestly, I don't think time blindness is real. Don't get me wrong, ADHDers often show up late, and we can get lost in our thoughts or activities. But the thing is, time isn't actually linear. It isn't divided into equally spaced identical units. Humans made the concept of time up, and neurodivergents really struggle to follow made-up rules. I don't suggest you tell your boss this the next time you're late, but we are not the ones that don't see time correctly. We see time as it is, unpredictable and undefinable. Because we don't see time so precisely, we need to build it into our lives deliberately. The best way to do this is through time blocking. Time blocking breaks your day into chunks with breaks on either end. It doesn't really matter how long they are, but I like to do about an hour with 5-minute breaks in between. The idea is that when you devote a block of time to a specific task, you're less likely to procrastinate because you've given yourself a deadline. You're less likely to feel overwhelmed because it's just one task. And you'll get better at predicting how long things take because you're tracking your time with every block. Now, when you're first starting this, it's important not to fill up your whole day with time blocks. You're going to be surprised to discover that tasks that you think of as quick and simple are actually multi-step projects that take up way more blocks. Keeping track of your blocks and what you can accomplish within them isn't something you're going to be able to do in your head, at least not at first. Your memory is unreliable, but timers, they're forever. Well, until you turn them off. Having a timer go off every hour may not be ideal, but neither is losing track of time. Alarms could be your most valuable tool, but it's important to find one that works for you. If it's annoying, you're gonna turn it off permanently. Unless you're the sort of person that needs to get up to wake up, your alarm should be kept close by. You can use your phone or something like a Datex cube. This isn't a Datex and it's not a cube, but it works the same way. You can also get alarms that turn off on their own, so you're not disturbed, but you're still made aware of the time passing. To be honest, being unaware of time passing when we're working is not our biggest problem. Procrastination is the killer of dreams, of motivation, and of time itself. And there's a lot of theories on the root cause of this. Some say it's fear of failure, others say it's fear of success. Maybe it's just too hard for us to decide what to do, so we do nothing. Whatever the reason, there's only one solution that I know of, and that is that small jobs get small rewards. Telling yourself that you only need to open one email or clean one dish and you'll get a small reward can be the secret to unlocking your motivation. Doing one tiny bit of a larger task is easy enough, and hey, who doesn't like a reward? But the thing is, our brains much rather continue doing something than to stop and start something new. So one dish turns into all the dishes, and that's an accumulation of a lot of little rewards. This method is called the might as well method, and it really works. The trick is, though, to not deny yourself a reward. Just like you give your dog a treat when you train it to do a trick, your brain works the exact same way. Don't forget to keep things fresh. Dogs and brains can get bored. If your time management gets too micro and every part of your day is planned, you're going to get in a rut. This can feel deeply uncomfortable for those with ADHD. It's not so bad. It's not so problematic for those with autism because they really prefer their routines, but it doesn't make it better. All brains need spontaneity and novelty to stay healthy, even if that just looks like taking a different route on your way to work. Your brain is designed to problem solve, and its ability to do so is reflected in the problems and challenges you give it every day. But everything in moderation. There's a place for spontaneity, but there's also a place for routine. To find that balance, automate and ritualize your everyday tasks. To ritualize your activities, you just do them the same way or in the same order every time. The repetition is soothing to our nervous system. Notice I said ritualize and not habitualize. That's because neurodivergents have a really hard time with habits. Doing something automatically and without thought is really difficult for our interest-based nervous systems. We need to care about the things that we do. So ritualizing, say, a skincare routine where we're using our favorite products and we're putting them on in the same way every time is going to be a whole lot easier to remember than just wash your face. And if you fall off the ritual, it's easier to get back into it because it's something you enjoy. And making time for the things that you enjoy is what time management is all about. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! You're going to end up in a rush.